Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to Thursday finally, because I thought it was like Thursday on Monday. Thursday the 2nd of April, and my watch says it's going to be dry for the next 10 days, but it's actually a light mist going on out here right now. Saw the birds, but for 10 days. Sunday and Monday are supposed to be in the low 70s. We'll take that. That'll be the first dry Easter, Kelly said, and she can't even count how many years since we were in Texas. Always had dry Easters there. But anyway, hopefully it'll be a beautiful day at work, and we'll get some stuff done and move on. Y'all come along and see what happens. All right, welcome to the day. 45 degrees, and it kind of started getting nicer as we got to Vancouver.
Yeah. We had to go through a lot of wetness.
Yep, there was a lot of rain. And my watch still says, oh, this one says 35% chance of rain in 1 hour.
Oh,
not like home that says for 10 days while it's raining. I'm looking, it says rain in 10 days.
Yeah.
I didn't wear a hat today or nothing. So, dang it.
Uh-oh.
We'll sort it all out, I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, Mama, let's go in there and bust out finally Thursday.
Yes.
I've caught up.
Caught up to the Thursday we thought Monday was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't wear my mind. But, well, we must have been thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Something happened over the weekend that just set us up for it or something.
It just seemed like you didn't have a weekend or something. I don't know. Went by too fast or...
Yeah, for 2 weeks we had no weekend.
Yeah.
Basically to just kick back.
Yeah.
You know, between lawn and picking up cars and whatever else. It just went whoop.
I know it. We gotta do lawn again this weekend.
Yeah.
At least it should go faster.
Yeah. Yeah, with each one it goes faster as long as you don't miss one.
I know it. If you miss it, you're in trouble.
Yep. All right, Mom.
Yes, Paul.
Love you, see you, bye, and have a wonderful day and all that kind of good jazz.
Right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, baby.
So before I dive into the brakes, I looked it up to see if there's any updates. There wasn't an update. I don't know what's going on with DPS. I'll look at that. But it said it was a model number mismatch. And then when I go to correct it, it brings up the number that is the number. They go by this weird 4-digit number, like this byte. This sea to sky is a G2RA. That's how BRP sees it. We call it a, RT limited sea to sky. They know it as a model number, but it says that model number was mismatched, and it was to do with the cluster. So maybe him installing the updates weren't taking. See if it clears. And it said it was a mandatory switch. Now, I've never seen one. He did have a battery issue, and we put a Yuasa in it. But when I hooked up to buds, that should have pulled that up. Yeah, see, no health issues detected. I'm kind of curious of what the DPS thing is. It's probably a communication error. Probably also related to something. Battery. I'll pull his battery cover off, make sure he doesn't have a loose terminal or something like that. But I've never seen one. Yeah, just a loss of communication with the cluster. Because the cluster literally controls all of that. And that loss of communication could have been that model number mismatch. That's very strange. But we'll clear all this stuff. Yeah, because it kicked off for the DPS, the TCM, and the WPM, which is the motor that controls the windshield, and also in that same module it controls the park brake. And most likely that was just a voltage spike of some sort. All right, so battery terminals are good and tight enough it probably was me that done it. And there's charge. It says good battery, 12.74 volts, YTX24. Health 100%, and you just seen charge was 100%. But with that thing in that kind of shape, He's obviously putting it on the Optimate, and I think he even told me that he did so. Always, when you're going on, positive first, negative second. When you're coming off, negative first, positive second. Just reverse it. Anyway, weird thing with the, that probably had something to do with his CarPlay, but looks like it was more to do with he didn't say anything about windshield or power steering errors, or it did throw some codes. And the nice thing about Buds, well, I guess Buds 2 did the same thing. When you hook up to it, it automatically saves a file. So you can pull that thing up and show somebody, or if BRP wants it for whatever reason, I can export that thing in a case file. But kind of a fluke thing. Whether that had anything to do with his CarPlay interruptions, I'm gonna play with that next here. So a quick little grab shot here with my Osmo Nano from DJI. But anyway, my phone hooks right up. Hold on. So my phone hooked up right away. I paired to it, paired the old 20S to it, and she just bops right in. And it works great. See how well Maps works sitting in this building. Oh yeah, it just drags it right in there. That's pretty cool. So what I'll do is I'll power it down, and just throughout the thing here, I'll just let my phone pair back up to it again and see if it just pairs up over and over and over. Because it didn't sound like he had problems at first. I think that's what he was saying. Just all of a sudden he was having connection issues. So his cord works good. He said it was a high-end cord, and it looks heavy duty. That thing's probably got some data powered. It's crazy. But anyway, that's good to know. On with the brake flush. I'll show you what that thing looks like. So I gotta show you this. There's one thing in common with every one of these that's been very black looking, but you can clearly see that that's condensation sitting there. So I'm gonna dip the tester into the diaphragm there, and I bet you that's just pure water. So nothing worse than, I mean, it is a sealed thing, but it's not so sealed that if, like, say your fluid is full and you got worn out brake pads, like somebody going, oh, his brake fluid's low, and you fill the bottle up, then you don't check this before you put new pads in. You back the pucks off to put the new pads in. It'll spit the brake fluid right out of that thing. It's not that tight of a seal, in other words. And you can tell when you putting the clip down that it's not that tight. I mean, it keeps it from splashing and coming out, but just sitting there in a cesspool of water, although this is on the other side of the brake fluid, but you just have this concentration of water that may be getting in there. What I'm curious is, once I get to flushing it, because I clean the cups completely, I want fresh fluid going through it first, but sometimes the reservoir is completely black, but it comes clean out of the wheel cylinders. I mean, you can't chance that. You need to flush it, and the VCM as well. You can see I haven't gotten anywhere in the last 20 minutes or so. I sent a case file for that 24 red one that was here. Was that earlier this week, or no? It was the end of last week. It was last week sometime. So I sent a case file and referencing this with photos, and we'll see what they say. And it's what's crazy is it's just random. They don't all come in like this, by no means. Yeah, she's coal black and tested. I mean, you can't even see the bobber down in there. I mean, that's crazy. That thing is just sitting right below that level of fluid right there. Crazy. Man, it takes 10 or more years for brake fluid to get that bad. Or if it's directly exposed to moisture. But, for it to go bad that soon just seems very unusual to me. And one of my theories is, it's just a theory. So they're actually marked. This is the outside. So when that thing's going down the production line, someone's going along and going and marking that, probably saying that, the cup is on, the clip is secured, how they do checks. Well, that's always facing the white mark. Sometimes I think they're green. But anyway, the vent, it works, it's like a cup. It's like a thing on a ship. The air goes in one side and out the other, but these are both facing the same way. My theory is if it's sitting like that, I had it backwards because I've seen a lot of them, facing in, that if you're spraying the bike, this is not a watertight seal. So, as I keep advising people, don't blast these things with water ever. When that water hits that thing, it's just shooting straight down. I mean, there's no kind of a seal whatsoever. It's just a cover. It's not meant to seal anything. So the water's rushing down. And when it's rushing down, those cups are facing inward. So the water is flying down here and hitting that area. So what I've been doing is I put the cups on there backwards so the vent is facing out. It's still not going to stop it, but it's less likely to get injected in there. That's a theory. I've been putting the cups the other way. The cups are almost always facing inboard, inboard, and I flip them around so they're facing outboard because that cover is, a big, how it goes around. And so the water's just coming down. It's still going to get on top of there, but I don't think it's injecting it in there. Just a theory. So to further touch on my theory here, I decided to, there's two things. We've never had an F3 come through with the brake fluid black. Not a single one. So I went over here and I went to the farthest wheel, the left front, and I just let it gravity feed. Lord, that's a slow process. And I took a sample of the fluid. It's in the fluid. 2% or 1%. That's about where these things should be around this time. I think it's water. And every one that's been black, like I said, the reservoir, the diaphragm, top of the diaphragm has water. Of course, they collapse. That's just a natural act of them. But they're full of water. And it always has that moist, like fresh out of the sauna look to them. I think it's the things, the water getting in there from being washed. Another unusual thing I see is the ones that are usually bad, and probably the customers get the most upset, are the ones that are really clean. So I'm going to keep with my having the vents facing the cover, so the water, it's going to shoot down. It's not going to make the turn and come back at the vent the other way, because this is a pretty deep dished area in there. But if it's right at the top, it's just going straight down there. Like I say, there's no seal. It's just going straight down and blasting right in the cup or on top of the cup. And I think with the cups facing this way, it's going to have a less, because it's going to tend to fall towards more of the back of it. It's not going to stop the water from getting in there. I might, if I had one and I was washing it, I think I'd pop that cover off and just take a bag or something, stick over it, wash the bike, and dry off what you can, try to keep the water off of it, and let her go. Because the fluid coming out of there, is not as bad. When I was flushing that rear one, I'm going, okay, I was just talking about this, that the fluid is that jet black and that bad, but I've seen them come out of the line from the wheel, don't look bad at all. But there we are. Maybe I'll add my theory to the case and see what they think. They're probably going to come back and tell me something similar to that. Spyder theory day today. So my case file hasn't been assigned to anybody yet. So I, a couple times, well, I did it the once with you, and then one more time, and then did it one last time connecting to Apple CarPlay. Well, the Apple CarPlay wouldn't highlight, so if you click it, it says no phone connected via USB. So I reconnect, disconnect, reconnect, do it in the cubby there. Still getting the same response. So I grabbed a GoPro and same thing. So I shut the bike off, boot it back up, makes no difference. Still says no phone connected via USB. The phone and the headset's connected through Bluetooth. Oh, that's fine. So I thought, what in the heck? So I grabbed my little trick. I've showed you guys this thing before. Take these little tooth things, you bend them over, and run that thing into the USB-C port on the bottom of my phone. And I mean heavily on this, very lightly, blow it out with air. Do not ever, if your speakers get clogged with stuff, you got to find something to vacuum it. Like a brake bleeder does a great job. Brake bleeder with a little hose on it, just run it across there and it'll suck all that dust out. Do not blow it with air. You will take out the microphone or one of the speakers because that air is too much. I did it to one and I used canned air, so that's not overly powerful, and it took out one of the speakers or the microphones. So I no longer had stereo anymore. I had the top mic and the one that's in between the lenses there, but I shoot in stereo, so I use, there's a microphone in the top speaker that you listen to when you're talking on the phone, and then there's one down in the grills at the bottom. So there's 3 microphones on these things. Well, I took out the one on the bottom because it had some dust in there, and I was sitting there at home and I sprayed it out, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my app. It's not recording in stereo anymore, and put it in mono. Of course, it does fine, but so anyway, cleaned the USB port out on my phone, and connects to. I still had my GoPro cable hooked up. Connects right to immediately. Boom. And so then, I connected his cable back up. Immediately connects to it. So yeah, and I carry this thing at work all the time. I carry it literally all the time. And I do get a lot of dust. I'm in the shop blowing dust around and everything else. It's worth cleaning those things every once in a while. Do not stick anything metal in there. This thing's some kind of plastic of some sort, it appears to be. But works really good. Looks like I need to replace it. It's starting to get pretty dirty. Because I clean mine and everybody else's phones out. And I'll blow it off before I stick it back in there. I must have misunderstood him. He said one of them was a sea to sky. One was just a plain white, and the other was a sea to sky. That was a piece of sticker of some sort. That white and the old, that reminds me of my 2014 demo with just the standard silver wheels, silver floorboards, and I didn't have floorboards, I had foot pegs. Mine was a standard model. But what I was going to say, I look outside and the thing's pouring down rain on the bikes, or the Spyders as it may be. So that looks cool. I got both of those to align. I got a couple of the Spyders they can take up top right away. That'd probably be a good time to do it while it's not raining. But anyway, I'll do the paperwork on the Spyder. I think, my theory of of that water getting in there, because, you know, it is very odd that it's just at the reservoir, and every one that's black has water on top of the diaphragm, and it never does it to the F3s. Very, very interesting. It's strange. One last thing. I feel like a knucklehead. So I, you know, had the thing all hooked up to Bud's. I can't see anywhere where I can enable that camera. I'm like, what in the world's going on? So walk up, go to the dash. Yeah, you do it right in the dash. Simple to turn on. It works just like they should and do. So get some paperwork and get that up front. I've got a serious arachnophobia issue here. Oh man, they're invading. They've laid eggs and they've hatched. They're everywhere. Mustard yellow. That thing's pretty bad, eh? That thing looks like it's going fast just sitting there. But man, spiders and canyons and Rikers galore. It is a sea to sky. So Vegas white is polished. Wow, a sea to sky? Something's wrong. Yeah, it's got the wrong seat on it. That's not a sea to sky, because it doesn't have the stitch seat. That is not a sea to sky. It doesn't have the adjustable wings. Where's the backrest? Wow. Unless he's got a sea to sky that he's working on up there now. Oh man, that's hilarious. You know how expensive that seat is? I mean, just look at the puffiness of that one, and then look at this one. Yeah, it's got the wrong seat. And see how this is just a solid black? The sea to sky has that like pattern on these side things, and it would have it here too. How about that? All right, glad I turned on, and that's very interesting. I gotta go tell him. She was walking a whole lot better this morning. I told you it was her left leg. It was actually her right leg. The way she was gimping, it looked like it was the right side. It was Christy goes, no, it's the left. And I go, no, I'm pretty sure it was the right. I'm watching her. She favors it just slightly, but I mean, even last night, she was jumping around. She's walking perfectly fine. We came home, she was running back and forth, so whatever it was wasn't serious. This is the a DJI Osmo Nano, and I'm not using a Mic Mini or a Mic 3. This is just raw right out of the camera, so hope it's not too weird sounding. I see deer in the back field there. Danny's rambling and banging and crashing through the woods. I don't know if it picks that thing up. Hey, what you eating down there? But anyway, just gonna take a walk. Danny, always the crazy dog. No Raylyn tonight. I asked if she wanted to go, she just didn't even answer. Or she wasn't paying attention or something, but usually when she's ready to go, she was a firecracker when we got home. You can definitely see where we had some rain last night. It flat came down. Like crazy it came down. Sure is beautiful out here right now, but it's quite cold. I don't like what I'm seeing right there. Is that oh, that's a deer. I just seen the, wow. Yeah, that didn't look like a deer at first. I know this is a really wide angle lens on this thing. I think think it's like 148 degrees or something like that. But I have it in that de-warp mode, which is probably the most narrow that it'll record. And you put it in ultra wide, and geez, I wouldn't be able to keep my toes out of the out of the shot probably. Hey, Danny watching them deer. There was at least 5 or 6 of them standing there. Yeah, he's out there sniffing where them deer were. Oh, now they're running across the road down there. There they all go. They outflanked you there, Danny. You zigged and they zagged. What do you think of that, buddy? Look at you with your tongue all dangling. Love how labs have that all the black spots on their tongues. Looks crazy. And if he yawns and he rolls his tongue upside down, the bottom of it is completely black. It freaks you out because you don't see it very often. Come on, Danny. Leave them deer alone. Did you get close to him? You sure were gallivanting along out there. Come on, buddy. I don't think he likes that Harley's making so much noise. I don't know if he thinks it's something else, but he ain't coming with us. He's turning around. He's banding us. That dog. She's absolutely just walking perfectly fine. She was letting me feel around on it, just feel around, see if I found a hot spot that was sensitive to her. And she doesn't let you touch her feet ever, but she was letting me do it last night. That was pretty cool. Didn't like her feet touched. Didn't like her feet stepping in water. It's like a kid that doesn't like the mud going between their toes, and freak out. But she's doing good. She's not pulling or anything. She's being casual, which is good. I don't want her to hurt herself. The sun's not peeking through, but that is some kind of beautiful. We can hear that water running through that creek. Come on, sheep, let's go back. Danny done left us. Had a frog jump, but it kind of did it softly, and Sasha didn't even act like she noticed it. It is absolutely hilarious when them frogs scare her. That poor Raylyn. Her and Danny are way down there. She must have changed her mind. Breaks my heart when she does that. Then she's all sad, and like, Raylyn, I'm telling you I'm going, and I can't force you. And you walk off and don't answer me. So, I gotta go. It's gonna get dark. Bless her heart. She's so much fun. So much youth and liveliness in her, She keeps you young, that's for sure. It's very lonely walking down there without my little Ray next to me. Did you change your mind?
You didn't ask me.
I did.
Oh.
I said, I'm going for a walk, and then you ran down the hallway, and I said, well, I guess that's my answer. Asked you if you wanted to go. You went, shoop. Oh, you painted up some popsicle sticks, huh? Oh, that's very nice. Ooh. You got more on
Guess
you.
what this character is?
What's that?
Guess what this character is? It's from SpongeBob.
Oh, I'm not sure of the SpongeBob characters.
Squidward. Guess what this is?
I don't know.
SpongeBob.
Oh, that is SpongeBob.
I gave him hair. He doesn't have hair, but I gave him hair.
Well, that's nice. Nice to be creative.
Guess what? His nickname is Bob. Bobby. What? Uncle Bobby.
Well, all is good. We got Danny and Raylyn. And the old standby. Me and old Shishi. Look at the sun sneaking through.
I gave him hair. He doesn't have hair.
Oh yeah, look at that. Sun shining on those trees. All right, I'm gonna bounce out and we'll go to the goodbye in the car because it's windy and cold when we got home.
This is my favorite one since I gave him hair.
That's pretty cool.
This was my favorite Michael.
Appreciate you guys watching. I'm glad Chi-Chi's doing fine. I mean, she's absolutely walking just normal. Very good. Poor thing. Well, hello there, YouTube. I know it's sunny outside, but it's windy as a son of a gun out there.
And it's very, very cold.
Yeah, we'll stop for gas. It's like 49 degrees, but that wind is just whipping. But I keep thinking I see something coming behind me there. Looking in the mirror. But man, that was a big spider day today. A lot of spiders. I love it.
Cool.
People getting all excited about them, and I love that time of year. People coming in and getting them. If somebody's looking at the Mars Red Sea to Sky, and we'll get that thing done. I keep seeing a reflection moving around. It's probably Danny walking back there.
Probably.
Disturbing the reflection off of that water puddle. But anyway, we're going to roll out of that.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Friday or Saturday.
Heck yeah. All right.
We see you in the morning.
Friday.
Yay.
Heck yeah. All right.
All right.
We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.